Hello everyone, my name is the Whale Mouth and welcome back to Marking Mission, the series where I get marks on my tanks. Today, the tier 10 American auto-loading heavy tank, the T57 heavy, trying to get that second mark. And this matchup is pretty mean. Look at that. How many unicums have they gotten? Matchmaking doesn't care at all, and I hate it. And I'm gonna have to fire. Wow. Okay. Marking Mission, the series where I don't get marks on my tank and I ruin my mood within... It's not even been a minute. And Archie was already reloaded. Thanks, Wargaming, thanks for this awesome buff to artillery. Exactly what we wanted for Christmas. Okay, anyways. T57 heavy. Fun times. It is unfortunate, to say the least. For him as well, unfortunate, to say the least. You can't hit me. I'm gonna go for the reload. And then I'm gonna enjoy the fact that Archie can probably hit me from there. But, it's okay, because so far only premium ammo has hit my tank. So that it means that I can fire premium back at people. That's how the way of the world works. Is that a way of saying it? The way of the world? I wasn't paying attention. I wanted to go after the D100. What a way to start this episode. You know how it was on 82.2%? Yeah, that probably dropped to like 81.5. It's gonna be one of those...
Well, that's about enough light for me for one day. Let me check the time. Yeah, it's about that time.
I dropped 3%. 3% towards the mark I dropped. Wow. Well, this was a short episode of Marking Mission. Goodbye. Okay, so I don't record one game after that last game. And I do 7,000 damage. And we lose because... Bad chat. There's no damage at all. But, yeah, 7k damage, fired pretty much all of my heat. I had a pretty good game. But this guy apparently doesn't agree with that. And as you can see, Marius here was in the Conqueror, who I never penned. Yet he is angry that I used aimbot. Also, he is pretty racist against Greek people, but I'm from the Netherlands, so you know, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna go back to just full focus music blasting gameplay, so there's not much to it at the moment.
So let's go back to dispatches.
The T57 Heavy was cursed for me on this particular day. Yesterday, for me, it was incredibly frustrating to play, and RNG was just not on my side.
I'm taking my pants off, man.
And when I say that RNG was not on my side, here I'm shooting the lower plate of the lower and I've got the damage panel enlarged for you. My total damage done is 1400, 200 below my average. I'm gonna piss on it. Shooting heat at a Tiger 2 is always fun, but when RNG decides that if that shot is going to miss when 90% of the tank is in the reticle, I should have known, and I should have just stopped at that point. Now, a bit unlucky here as well, hitting the track instead of the lower plate. Now, I say unlucky, but you know exactly what I mean.
Clarkson, you infantile pillock.
Now, I say unlucky in the sense of RNG, but this guy was busy typing because he recognized me, and then RT kills him. If that is not unlucky, I don't know what is. He was a cool guy though, very nice. But even the coolest of people that recognize me cannot save me from the fist that was firmly inserted into my butthole by RNG.
Yes, and yes.
When you don't really look at the matchup, what can happen is that you don't notice that the enemy team gets about twice as many heavy tanks and more heavy tanks that are better for this game. And then I just decide, you know what, I noticed, I'll just go and kill myself.
You can pick them, you can lick them, you can chew them, you can stick them. If you promise not to sue us, you can shove one up your nose.
Well, at least it's still 82%, right? What's the worst that can happen? Your team melting is the worst that can happen.
Are you coming on to me?
To be honest though, there's probably one thing worse than a team that cannot find its own butthole, even if it's using a mirror. That's RT, perma-stunning you, and then eventually killing you, because auto-loading artillery.
Please send help. What have I done?
You get that feeling when you just want to throw your bicycle into a canal, you're so angry? No? Well, I had that when that Batchat flanked me, and then eventually the 268 penned me for 816.
Good news, everyone. I'm a horse's butt.
But every so often I actually get a decent team and I get decent RNG and I actually play well myself and I get to flank, for example, a mouse. But that's not all. This T10 had no clue what was coming down for him, and again I get to flank another super heavy, the Type 5 heavy in this example, and I just get to unload in his butt like some sort of porn movie. Everyone just sat there for me to unload on them. It was great.
Give it to me.
Now I have to admit, this one was kind of my own fault. I didn't notice I had a broken gun, and of course I hit the upper plate so it doesn't pen, so he kills me. Yep.
Oh dear, we are in trouble.
So little Billy, what's the reason I absolutely hate Type 5 heavies? They don't need to aim, they can just hit my tank. If that was AP it would have bounced, but no, they fire high explosive.
I put a whole bag of jelly beans up my ass.
Erlenberg. There's literally nothing else I have to say in this aspect. Just Erlenberg. For the love of God! You know, in Overlord, the team was just too good. There was nothing much for me to do anymore beyond this point. This is the most damage I'm gonna do. Just too good of a team. Nothing else. Safe to say, I was pretty damn tilt at this point. And if an STRV can roll for 459 and 395, and me with 10 more alpha, remember I have 400, he has 390, I'll roll for 370, I stopped giving a single flying hug. So what have we learned from our lessons from Quickie Baby is that firing heat in a T57 heavy with 120mm guns would overmatch a 40mm plate on the STRV 103B, yet I bounced 2 times. Oh, hold on. Let's just quickly come back to the fact that me bouncing off that 103B with heat. This is 40mm. Heat should pen, but heat and water tanks are so it didn't. And with that, I don't give a flying anymore. I give up. This tank is cursed. Matchmaking can I'm done. Goodbye.